All right, guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we are discussing the Destined Rivals reprint. Yes, guys, it is confirmed. Destined Rivals Elite Trainer boxes have hit the market. Destined Rival Booster boxes have hit the market, and it has caused a massive crash. That is what we are going to dive in this video. Before we hop in, make sure you guys are liking the video, subscribing to the channel, checking out our website, PokeKingShop.com. Click this second link, eBay link. It's going to direct you to our eBay store. You guys could buy a ton of awesome products. Just by clicking on the link, you are directly supporting anytime you complete a purchase. Doesn't even have to be from us. We got a ton of products here. We have some sealed product blisters, but we have a bunch of different categories. You could go under the Japanese single product catalog and you could see all the awesome cards we have. Let's say you want to buy this Executor. Right here, you have high definition quality scan, so you know exactly what you are buying. You are able to see the centering, everything like that. No stock images. But yeah, let's jump in. Let's start off with the booster box cases. So these by far are going to have the biggest premium, and I've been saying this for a very long time. Those of you who watch my channel regularly, you guys already know I am a huge promoter of sealed cases, and the reason for that is they are pretty difficult to get. You know, scalpers and botters and people who are buying all of the Pokemon products on websites like, Walmart, Target, Costco, whatever, they do not have access to cases. So effectively, they are buying individual loose units, and that is where you see the greatest surplus of supply. And then when reprints happen, when there's even more supply hitting the market, that's what causes the prices to drop even further. And the people who are holding the individual loose units are going to experience the biggest drops during these reprint seasons. On the other hand, if you have factory sealed cases, you have to already be an established business in order to be receiving those. Usually, what that implies is that you have legitimate expenses, overhead expenses, things of that nature, employees, payroll, and you are not going to be fire sailing a S tier set like Destined Rivals. So, if we look over here, you guys could see on the past year chart that these were pushing $4,000 a case, and I have actually even seen as high as 4 to 5,000 on eBay. But now you are seeing that a lot of the prices are dropping, and take into consideration as well the fact that a lot of these listings here, like this isn't even a booster box case, right? Whoever's selling this is a pre-release kit, so this just comes with a build and battle kit and one booster box. You have to scroll down to get actual cases, and you could see that, okay, sealed case from distro, boom, 2,800. So these are still, after tax, all things considered, over $3,000 in. You divide that by 6, you're looking at $500 per box. Now again, some places are going to have them a little bit cheaper. You are able to get these for, I don't know, 2,500, 3,000 range. But the fact remains that this is still very expensive. These hit a high of like $600, and now they are a lot cheaper. Before we get back into the booster boxes, I do want to take a quick moment and discuss the Elite Trainer boxes. I think this is a significantly more interesting product because there's significantly more supply of the Destined Rival ETBs. Now, a lot of people are telling you that these are going to drop to $70, $80. Those people have no idea what they're talking about. This is a top tier rated set. It was pushing at one point well over $200. You could even see cases hitting close to $2,300. You divide that by the 10 units, that's $230 in ETB in a sealed case format. And yeah, now they're what, 1,300 after tax. I mean, this is 1,260, but you still have to add tax, so like right about 1.4, so about 140 bucks in ETB. At this point in time, anything under 150 is a steal. The prices even on the open market from random sellers is an instant buy. One thing that I'm looking at is I'm always very much looking at the supply, and I'm seeing that there's only 33 listings of the sealed cases, so really there's not that much hitting the market. Boxes, though, you could see boxes are significantly cheaper. So when we were looking at that sealed case format, you were seeing, hey, after tax, $3,500 per box. Loose boxes, $425, a little easier to obtain. More people get access to them, and that is why you're seeing the past 3 months there's a 31% drop. Past month, a lot going on, no data there. Overall, we had a peak of $640. On the year, it's still up. Prior to this, boxes were right around $350. At this point in time, anything under $450 on Destin is just, it's cheap. And I know that's crazy to say, but guys, it's an incredible set. It is the best Scarlet Violet era set. Individual ETBs, same exact thing. You're able to see them be significantly cheaper, and people are like, hey, well, why don't I just buy 10 loose ones? Well, over the long haul, like let's say 10 years from now, the person who has a factory sealed case of any kind of product line is going to be able to charge a significantly higher premium. And also, you're competing against less buyers, very big established businesses who have a reputation to maintain, like myself. We prefer buying the factory sealed cases because we know what we're selling, right? There's a lower chance of resealed, tampered with product when you're buying the sealed cases as opposed to the loose stuff, and you really have to be buying from trusted sources. But again, circling back to the supply, you could see that there's 135 sellers of individual ETBs, but there's only 30 sellers. So there's nearly 5 times as many sellers of an individual unit as opposed to the sealed case. So in my eyes, it always makes sense to pay a premium. Let it even be 10 to 20% premium on a factory sealed case as opposed to the loose units. If there is 80% less sellers, to me, that is a very, very good trade-off. I would much rather pay a premium on the product that's already reprinted and has already dropped significantly. When a reprint comes into effect, what you guys need to realize is you don't need to be shopping around for the lowest price. The fact remains that you just need to buy it. Like, that's all you got to do. You just have to buy the reprint. And it doesn't matter if the prices drop an extra $5 in ETB or an extra $20 a booster box, because down the line, you're not going to care when the ETBs are $500 or when the booster boxes are well over $1,000. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time to get there, but you can see here past 3 months, again, the biggest drops are happening on the individual units because these are the types of products that people are, scalping the botters off Walmart, things like that. I don't have time to do that. It's not worth my time, but I know a lot of people are doing that. But again, these ETBs were $210, $200, and now they are $120 on a loose unit. Like, who cares? Pay $130, pay $140. You're still going to make money. All you have to do is just buy. That's all I have pretty much for the ETBs and Destined. Overall, I do think there is an incredible opportunity. I do want to spend a little bit of time and explore just kind of what's happening with the single cards. So your Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX Special Illustration Rare continues to dominate. It is slipping in price a little bit here in the past 1 month and 3 month chart just because of the reprint, extra supply hitting the market, etc. But overall, in the past year, it's still holding up pretty well. And on the past 6 months, it was about a $600 card in its peak. Now it's a $500 card. Not a terrible pullback. It is still going to be considered a best of breed. The top cards always remain expensive. What's a little bit more interesting are cards like the other SIRs, like past 3 months, still dips. You are seeing dips across the board with that excess supply. But, Cynthia's Garchomp, this is a top tier in the battle arena. You got Cynthia there on the big screen right there as well, instructing the Garchomp to do some crazy attack move. $250 on this near mint. Really, really good buy. Ethan's Ho-Oh, even cheaper. Beautiful flying turkey, legendary Pokemon. Would I rather have a Ho-Oh Cynthia and a little extra and probably about $100 or one Mewtwo? Me personally, as the collector in me, would rather have the Garchomp and the Ho-Oh. As far as an investment goes, it is worth paying a premium just to have the Mewtwo, but I do recognize that a lot of people are priced out, probably not in a position to just drop $500 on one card. But yeah, ultimately, whatever your price range is, you really can't go wrong just buying Destined Rivals. This reprint is just a really good opportunity to get more supply. I think it is a really, really good set. It's one of my favorite sets. I feel like down the line, I very much get like a gym challenge kind of vibe from Destined Rivals, and that level of nostalgia featuring the Pokemon, the inclusion of the trainers. Think about even a normal holo card in Destined Rivals like Misty's Gyarados, right? Let me see. Let's go here. Let's type in Misty's Gyarados. I'll even show you guys. I'm thinking about this in real time. This is just such an excellent example of a card, of a regular holo that is just so cool. Sure, this is only a 40-cent card, but it's a cool looking Gyarados, and it's Misty's Gyarados, and I think down the line, when these packs get super, super expensive, when Destined Rivals is no longer in print, when it is no longer easily attainable, if you open a pack and you even have a no-hit pack and you just pull a holo, even pulling a Misty's Gyarados like this is going to be significantly cooler than some of these other sets, like Perfect Order, for example, and you're hitting like a random Zygarde card or some Pokemon that you have literally no nostalgia towards. But here, featuring the OG trainers. I feel like this set over the long haul, people really are overlooking at it. And another good example I have here to kind of back what I'm saying is like, look at this Ethan's Typhlosion, top tier illustration rare, 25 bucks. At these prices, you just can't lose. I don't realistically see how it could get any cheaper. And let's say it even does get cheaper, right? Let's say that it was a $40 card, now it's a $25 card. Let's say, hey, another round of reprints comes in, this thing gets hammered, it goes down to $15, $20. What's the risk? You're losing $5 to $10? Really? Like, you're not going to buy because you're going to lose $5 to $10? In my eyes, this is an extremely good buying opportunity, very bullish. I even look at a full art. Now, here's another interesting thing, right? Doing the comparison between full arts and illustration rares. Like, don't get me wrong, the illustration rares are 1,000 times prettier. Like, Pokemon in a real life natural setting, incredible. Sometimes people get bored with the full arts because it's just really a shiny, cool. Like, the colors are always sick on the full arts, but it's kind of copy. It's kind of lazy. They're just copying the same format over and over again. Destined Rivals is ever so slightly different, where they have the Pokemon and the trainer in the background. But I think a lot of people are just bored of full arts, where, yes, they're cool, they're colorful, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of like a shiny 3D pick of a Pokemon. That is why the IRs are always better. But again, you have to be keeping in mind, like, whatever your budget is. You know, this full art, near mint, $4 card, $5 card, even after shipping and tax, like, can you go wrong? Really? Like, considering the packs are $10 to $15 per pack, but being able to buy cool Pokemon like this Nidoking EX, even cards like this are a really good opportunity. Here's another example I have, Team Rocket's Persian EX. I mean, you got the Giovanni in the back, Persian, you have this cool white, red and yellow backdrop. Very, very nice. These are the types of cards that I think over the long haul still are going to go up. You know, if you look at the price, this has only hit a peak of $7, but like, eventually this is going to be a $10 card. And if you just want to buy cool cards and you know, not really invest a ton of money, like if you want to go down the bulk route and just buy quantity, like, there's opportunities in cards like this as well. That's why I keep saying is, like, in moments like this, even before 30th anniversary, where everybody's just waiting for 30th anniversary, everybody's just talking about Delta Rain, like, I'm focused on Destined Rivals. And then, of course, one of my favorite cards in the entire set is going to be the Missy's Lapras. I think this is a really, really good buy because we do have actually another Lapras coming for 30th anniversary, illustration rare style. Big fan. This card has no right being anything under $50. So, you know, being able to buy this anything cheaper than that is just an instant buy. But that's my overall take on the Destined Rivals reprint. Overall, I'm a little mad that it came so soon. I was hoping that we would get it towards the end of the year, because right now I am very heavily reinvesting back into the business with other products, and I don't have excess cash flow to just buy up all the Destined Rivals. But if you are in that position, definitely buy it. It is good. Obviously, I'm still taking advantage, just not taking full advantage as I would have liked to. But needless to say, really good opportunities in the single market, and of course, a sealed product like the ETB's booster boxes. As always, guys, if you are finding value in these videos, you are enjoying, you know, just by watching these videos, if you're able to make smarter collecting decisions or even making money as an investor with your business, please do consider showing support. Visit my website, PokeKingShop.com. Thank you to Matt for always placing orders. Matt, I know you watch my videos. If you click this eBay link, guys, it's going to direct you to our store. Again, if you want to buy something from us directly in support, please do, but just by hitting this link, and buying anything on eBay, like if you're bidding on some kind of grail auction or anything that you want to buy, click on that link. It does help support the channel at literally zero cost to you. And finally, I will say, if you do want to buy Destined Rival cases of both booster boxes and elite trainer boxes at cheaper prices than anywhere else, we're going to be cheaper than eBay and give you access to buy as much as you want. Please do consider joining our group. If you hit this third link right here, this is our pro group. And then you have, actually, let me click the link here so I could show you guys what you will see. Under products, there it is. We have the elite tier and the starter tier. Both give you access to the same products. If you're paying for elite, you get the absolute lowest prices at all time. Starter, for those who are just starting out, maybe not buying as much, both are incredibly useful. Pick whichever one better fits in your budget. Obviously, you guys know your situation better than anyone else. But yeah, if you want it, awesome product catalog. You get access to me as a resource as well. Help talk strategy. I do give these YouTube videos, I do make like way after the fact. So, you know, Destined Rivals reprint, I've already announced that to our members weeks ago. It gives you that heads up. It gives you time to plan. And, you know, for the prices that we're charging, if you are not able to cover the membership dues, believe me, it's not like what I'm offering is wrong. It's your inability, or maybe you're just not putting in the work. Because I've always been very keen on saying this, that like if you're willing to put in the work, like you could really make something, especially in the current market that we're in with Pokemon being mainstream. There's just so many opportunities, and Destined Rivals is one of the best examples. So yeah, join the group, guys. Join the pro group. Start early. We'd love to have you. It is application only, so you do have to put in your payment information, but you will only be charged if you're accepted. But that's all I have for this one, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you here on the next one.